Pendulums. Yep, like those things that swing underneath a clock. That is a pendulum. It's moving back and forth. Vadim Zeland talks about pendulums, and he says that they are energetic informational structures. Meaning that, like, if you've ever seen that movie with Atreyu, The Neverending Story, like the nothing that continues to grow when kids don't have dreams. Okay, that's the best example that I can think of. But he's talking about your own personal energy and where you direct it. There's an old esoteric saying that where attention goes, energy flows. And I believe that's a very valuable idea. I think it's very true. The more you focus on something, the more you blow it up. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger out of proportion. And that could be positive or negative, which is where it really gets tricky. So as we navigate our world, we're here in the third dimension. But beyond the third dimension, quantum physics says there's other, dimensions, spaces, times, ways to see things. Hard to explain. But the idea is this, that energetically, these ideas that are like, they attract and build with each other, just like the nothing. So like if a sports team would be a good example, or a political party or something like that, where you start to give energy to that idea or thought or structure, and it continues to grow in size. And it doesn't seem to matter really whether that is positive or negative attention that the pendulum is getting. It is still benefiting, it is still growing from that energy. So in our world, we have a lot of these pendulums that have affected us throughout our lifetime. And then we have our heart, where the rustle of the morning stars happens. But then we've got all this interference out here in the physical, in the 3D world, where our brain lives, where our mind is. That's distracting us from maybe what's going on in there. The idea is for us to get both of these things working together. We want our heart and our mind to be on the same page and to be taking steps in the direction toward our goal. So while we're trying to do that, we're going to be sometimes distracted by these pendulums. Now, pendulums are also macro too. They can be these little really irritating things that just prod or poke you or irritate you and make you react either positively or negatively. Usually negatively in the macro thing. So that is something that can be distracting. It can suck your energy out of you. If you heard of energy vampires, people do that a lot of times unwillingly. They don't know that they're doing it, but they just don't know how to energize their self. They don't know how to get energy from within their own body. They don't know how to listen to their own morning stars. So what they'll try and do is they'll try and draw people out of their energy. They'll try to draw energy out of people, and they'll consume that energy. Now, this pendulum idea is kind of difficult and kind of weird. So I'm not a very good artist, but I'm gonna try and draw a couple of examples and see if that maybe helps explain this idea a little bit. So why don't we hop on over to the whiteboard, and we'll do it there. Here we are, we're at the whiteboard. This is where you can see how bad of an artist I am. Okay, great. Now, this is you? This is me? I don't know. This is somebody here, this stick figure. And this is a person in the third dimensional world, okay? 3D. Now, what's going on in the fourth dimension is a lot more other stuff, Let's talk about a couple of these pendulums, these ideas that are being pushed around and talked about, etc. So, these are all pendulums that are trying to get your energy. They're trying to zap into your brain here. And they're trying to draw you into their world and make you what Vadim calls an adherent to that particular pendulum. So these pendulums could really be anything. I mean, they could be anything. A cooking club, a swim team, and they're not necessarily bad things. That's not the point. But the point is to not identify, so to not ego identify as these things. So here we've got like a political party, for instance, okay? It's a good example. It hits a little bit close to home. How about a organized religion? But here's something that's a little bit more easier to swallow. How about a sports team? Okay, maybe it's not so easy for some people to swallow. There's probably a lot of big sports fans out there. But the idea is that we give our energy away to these things, and they take that energy, that emotional, that thought energy. Now, what happens is when we watch a sports team, we see what happens. Our sports team wins, and yay, we get a rush of energy. Our sports team loses, and we get a bunch of energy sucked out of us. We're bummed out. Now, the thing about that sports thing and all these other pendulums is they're competing, right? So it's not like everybody gets a jolt. But what they're competing for, really more than anything else, is our thought energy. Where attention goes, energy flows. Where attention goes, energy flows. So the idea is that once we give ourselves over to an idea, let's say political party, okay? Let's say that we are a member of a particular political party, and we've gotten to the point now where we're going out and we're handing out flyers for this political party. We're trying to convince our friends that they should join this particular political party. Now we're an adherent. We're an adherent. We are now an adherent. We're acting on its behalf, not our own, right? Religion is the same. It can be the same thing. Obviously, you can have these affiliations and not be an adherent. So what we want to do is we want to break the tie, but we want to focus on our energy where our heart is, where we are, where our deepest self is, because that is where we are connected to the space of variations or infinity. So we want to identify here, and what we really want to do is we want to take our brain, our logical mind that lives in the 3D world, and our heart, right? Let's give it one of these. That's our feminine energy, or our heart. We want to unite these two hemispheres of our being. So these two polarities, we want to bring them together. Boom. All right? Now we are heart and mind, and hopefully we're unified in one direction. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we won't ever be affiliated with these things. But when we break those ties, okay, that's where we find our genius. Because our genius is unencumbered by external ideas. It's unaffected by pendulums. And that, if we're trying to, get to our goal, is really where we want to be, okay? One thing that's really interesting about these pendulums is we're giving them energy regardless of whether we're giving them positive energy or negative. It doesn't matter. If we hate a sports team, we're giving it energy. If we hate a particular political candidate, we're giving it energy. So here's the trick. We don't want to be an adherent, but we also, we don't want to be a hater, because that's not going to help anything, right? So what we want to do is we want to get to the point where we can acknowledge these things, but break our ties to them, okay? So we're not engaging with them directly. We're saying, hey, we acknowledge you, there you are, but I'm not going to dance with you, right? I'm not going to let you get your hook into me and get me upset, and then now I'm starting. Because like a little annoyances too, those are pendulums too. Road rage is a great example, where somebody tries to upset you, and then you take the bait, and now you're in a script, what they call a script, which is this very predictable back and forth, this play type of thing that's going on. And now you're engaged in that, and you're an adherent again, You're playing this game. So the way to try and fix that is to act inappropriately to pendulums, okay? Inappropriately. He talks a little bit later on in the book about the vaudeville lifeline. Super cool. This is how I'm really trying to model my life. When something weird or unexpected happens that I don't like, I try and make a joke out of it. That releases all the tension. It all dissipates all that energy. And then you're no longer affected by it. You're not hooked by the pendulum playing its game. You want to continue to play your game. You want to acknowledge the pendulum, but it's not a fight. You're not trying to beat it. You're not trying to Because the more you fight against it, the more it's going to fight against you. And now that is a lot of energy wasted. But again, very distinct, very, very fine line here between ignoring it altogether and being completely overrun by an idea versus acknowledging it and saying, you know what, I see you there, but I'm not going to engage with that. I think that I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to move this way. Because this is where we're connected to every single lifeline in the space of alternates in infinity. And this is how we get to choose. We get to choose by using our heart, moving forward that way. So we want to not defeat, not deny, but decline to engage with the pendulum. That's the idea. Because as soon as we engage with the pendulum and we start singing the songs and we get all invested, well, it's only a matter of time before all that energy gets sucked into that particular pendulum. So genius being unaffected by pendulums, this idea of uniting the two halves of our being together, which are heart and mind. We'll talk a little bit about that later, or soul and mind. Those are interchangeable terms. Heart and soul are interchangeable in this particular model of how things work, Bottom's model. And so what we want to do is we want to start to cultivate and build our own pendulum. That's what we want to do. We want to create our own personal pendulum. Now, what's going to happen is once we start to disengage from all this stuff, we're going to maybe feel a little bit isolated, a little bit alone. There's a term for that. It's called the suspended state. He talks about that at the end of the chapter. It's potentially very possible for that to happen. You start to feel isolated, alone. It's always good to have people around you that you can talk to about this kind of stuff and things that you're interested in. That's a great thing to do. And if you don't have a good network of people around you that you can confide in, well, it's definitely personal pendulum time. For all of us, if we're going to want to hang 10 on this transurfing thing, we're going to want to create our own personal pendulum. And what that's ultimately going to become is our goal. So once we've disengaged from all these things, we want to find out exactly who we are, that individual who we are, and we want to explore that, and we want to express that, and we want to fulfill every aspect of that character, that identity of who we really, really are at our deepest level. So as far as pendulums go, it's nothing to freak out about. There are all these ideas out there, and they're not traps necessarily, because again, we're going to have to encounter and play with these ideas. However, when we engage with them, we want to be creative in how we engage with them. We don't want to put all our energy into them or start to hate on a certain thing, because it's just going to take all our energy. Where attention goes, energy flows, positive or negative. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the form of energy. It just matters that you're radiating it out there. And so these pendulums, they just want to continue to grow. They're not like conscious beings or anything, I don't think, like that, but they just want to continue to build and build and build. And so the more energy they can get, the more they're going to continue to grow, and the closer they're getting to their goal of survival, and ultimately, really more than survival, thriving, and that's what is happening around us. So let's see here. We want to focus on our heart. We want to listen to the rustle of the morning stars. Man, I wish it was a roar. But the rustle of the morning stars, we want to put our mind and our heart together and balance that and create our own pendulum. And then we're going to begin to chase that goal down. Okay? So we're going to take and create our pendulum, and that's how we're going to say, hey, you know what? I want to choose to be on this lifeline, or I want to choose to be on this lifeline. And as we start to put this information together, we're going to have more and more freedom as to where we can go and what we're going to do. This is a very complicated idea, and hopefully I can continue to break this down as we go. But that's been it. Be sure to go to gumroad.com/BootsyGreenwood and get some free goodies there from me. I'm on Patreon as well, and I'm going to be doing a lot of other stuff, so thanks for subscribing if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, please do so. Subscribe, hit that button down below, and reach out to me. Let me know what you're interested in, how I can help you. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.